Hello, I'm going to show you how to use Tinkercad with your students in Denver Public Schools. In DPS, we can use Tinkercad as part of Autodesk, but we have to use it with a data safe mindset because they will not sign a data protection addendum with us. They do not sign individual district agreements. They just have a national form, and so we need to do our accounts in a way that can honor that. So when you go to Tinkercad login, this is what you're going to see. The very first time you're going to have to go here to educators, and then you are not going to use Google. Okay, so we're not going to use Google because Google, in order for us to turn it on, would have to have a data protection addendum in place with the company. So we're not going to use that. Instead, we're going to sign up using our DPS email. Okay, so that's the top box here. And then if it's your very first time, you're going to go in here and you're going to create an account. So you're going to go ahead and create that account using your DPS email. Then I'm going to show you what it looks like once you're inside. Now that I've given over my birthday, my email, I've created a password, stuff like that to make my Tinkercad Autodesk portfolio here, profile, that I'm going to now be able to have full access as an educator to the system. So up here you can see the different options: 3D design, circuits, code blocks. SimLab is really cool. The gallery is like our public library of all the different designs that people have published on there. We also have the Learn. These are the basic tutorials, which are awesome to get students started, especially if they haven't done a 3D world before. These are great for that. You can also connect to a community, but what we really want is back home on my homepage. Now I'm going to go over here to my classes. I want to be able to connect with my students in a data safe way, and that would not be through Google Classroom or a Google login, again, because they won't sign a data protection addendum with us. So what we're going to do is go create a new Tinkercad class. So I'm going to go like Mr. Munn's third period, okay? I'm going to select my grade here, my subject. That I'm going to be doing on, and I recommend leaving the class safe mode on. It just gives our students a little bit more protection. I'm going to go create a class. Now I have the ability to link to all of my students in a data safe way. So then I'm going to take the share class link up here at the top right, and this is my class link. So this is the code that I need to give to all of my students as their share to get into Mr. Munn's third period. So I'm going to share this, and I'm going to show you then how your students will be able to use this code. This is what you want to be able to display for your students so that they can be linked with you. I'm going to show you how to log in your students. And you can play this video for your students if you want as well. So we're going to go to sign up here. If they already have an account, they can. Just on tinkercad.com, I'm going to go sign up. And I'm going to join with a class code. So I'm going to enter in my class code here. I can also grab the join link from my class code page on my Tinkercad class profile there. So you saw where I had my class and had the code. At the bottom of that has a link. If you want to share that link just to save a step for your students, you can just like share that out in Schoology. They click on that and it's automatically going to enter this in, or you can just write this code up on the board and have everybody go into your class. Again, we're not going to be logging in with Google here because they won't sign a DPA with us. Instead, we're going to give them limited data here through our email. So I'm going to log in here and I'm going to enter in my username here, my DPS credentials. Okay, I'm going to log in. It's going to say I don't have an account, so I want to create an account. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make a limited data account. Okay, so I gave them my email. I'm giving them my username, and that's the data that I'm going to be giving them. So I'm just going to be giving them a little bit of data here, and I'm going to create a password. Now, the password does have to follow these criteria here, and so it is a more difficult password than we have in DPS. So the students are going to have that. They can write it down because they will need to be able to retain this, and it's not linked to their Google. Okay, so now I'm in my account as a student here. You can see my username here, and I'm going to go to my classes, and I can see Mr. Munn's third period class here. So I'm going to go in and I can view that class. I can see anything that's been assigned to me here that I would want to do here, and I would have my work on here. I can create new designs. I can do the different instructions that my teacher gave me. Last thing here in DPS is how do I use my teacher account? So you can see that Mr. Munn's third period class, and I have a couple of students in there, you will see your entire roster of students that are all in here for each of your periods, and you can easily make more periods, more classes that you have going on. When I click on each student, I would then see the information that they have there, so I can see all the things that they're doing, their designs, all of that stuff. Obviously, these students are just dummy accounts here. And then I can also have my activities. So you can see I've created an activity here. I can add more activities either from scratch or from the browsing library. And I can then assign it out to my students. I can see what they've been doing. I can also have any moderation on here so that my students are not just sharing things out randomly, but that I'm actually able to do that. And then again, up here is my class code that I can share out with all of my students to add in new students as I have more coming through. So the teacher profile is pretty easy. Once you get it set up and you know to use your email, and then students log in using the email, you'll have access to your full classes without having to use the Google stuff. I wish they would sign a DPA with us. I've asked them many times over many years. They just won't. But that does not prevent us from using Tinkercad in a data safe way. Thanks.